So you might be wondering, why is Jacob Berry, the host of Studio Jake, wearing a cowboy hat? Well, is it because he's from Texas and he wants to remind us in a very southern accent to be sure to subscribe and like this video? Or is it for a different reason? Well, actually today it is for a very different reason. I'm saying farewell, adios, sayonara partner, to Longmire. Longmire is one of my favorite, or I should say was one of my favorite television shows. It had an amazing cast. It had Robert Taylor, he played the main character. Walt Longmire had Katee Sackhoff, she played Vic Moretti, one of his deputies. Lou Diamond Phillips, who played Henry Standing Bear, Walt's best friend. Cassidy Freeman, who played his daughter. And of course, Adam Bartley played the Ferg, another one of Walt's deputies. And I just loved this TV show. Originally it was on A&E, and they would upload it to Netflix after every season, so I was always kind of behind with each season. But this time it turned out a little bit differently because A&E, even though it was the highest rated fictional television show, they canceled it because they didn't like the age demographic, because it wasn't millennials watching the show, it was Generation Xers and baby boomers, which I always thought that's funny when television networks cancel a show for that reason, because I can attest millennials, especially younger ones, don't have any money. But anyway, they canceled it, but Netflix picked it up and continued it for 3 more seasons leading into season 6. And I am very sad to see this show go, because I understand it's time, the cast is getting older, and it was, and in the show, it would pick up right where it left off. So, you know, some shows they come, like Blue Bloods, this season was months later from the previous season finale. The Longmire always picked up right where it left off. And I really enjoyed it. It was fun. It was kind of like a modern Western. Robert Taylor played Walt Longmire, who was a sheriff of Absaroka County in Wyoming, and he often had to deal with the Cheyenne Reservation. And at first, him and I'm going to forget the character's name, but him and the tribal police chief were at odds. But they slowly, I wouldn't say they became friends, but they definitely developed a respect for each other, a strong sense of justice. And then they introduced this character named Malachi, who he kind of became like the main villain of the series in season 3, I believe. And the show had a great start, and even though I'm sad that the show is over, it did have a good ending. And so I just wanted to do a video to say farewell to Longmire. The whole cast was amazing. You were all phenomenal. I loved watching your show, and I get why it had to come to an end. And I would like to say kudos on how they ended it. The show ended on a high note. You didn't feel like anything was disrupted. There was one mystery that they kind of left open-ended, but it wasn't like this huge thing where you went, oh man, I don't understand why this didn't happen. And they were smart, because instead of trying to carry on all the storylines until the finale, they used the last season to fill in all the gaps, like every episode a gap got filled. So you didn't, but they didn't do it in a way that was rushed. So you didn't feel like, oh wow, they're slamming my face, kind of like Firefly's movie did. You felt like everything was going good. And then in the finale, it came to a close that was both epic and very excellent. So props to the Longmire creators, props to the Longmire cast. All of you are amazing. You did a fantastic job in this modernized Western. So if you have Netflix, definitely log on and binge watch it. Make it your new binge watch show. So farewell, Longmire. You have StudioJake support. And be sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at RealJacobAiry, Instagram real.jacob.airy. Facebook is author Jacob Airy. And listen, right now I'm on my holiday hiatus. I'm taking off for Christmas, so a lot of these episodes, these little shorts, are pre-recorded and everything. They're a lot of fun to do, but I'll be back in full swing come January. So God bless you. Have a Merry Christmas, and be safe out there.